Alright, I took it apart to get at that shaft with the worn bushings. And it took me about a half hour. Not too bad. This whole thing is held on by 1, 2, 4. I think they're 1/2 inch Allen heads. And I had to take the selector off to get it a nut. But anyhow, came off. Everything looks good, like I left it. Somebody had gotten up there with some nuts, a mouse maybe. I don't know. He must have come up through the bottom. Oops, sorry. Through the bottom. But anyways, everything was in, had to take this linkage off. That's for the, let me get it up there, the threading. So take the linkage off, put the change gears down, and it comes off. So there it is. There's the piece I slid off to get the shaft out. Now, to get the shaft out, there is an 1.16" socket to get the shaft out. So you take this whole thing off. You know what? I probably didn't have to do this. I didn't. I did not have to take this all off to sneak that shaft out. Well, it wasn't too hard. Yeah, I'm just realizing this on video now. Well, it's not hard to put back on, but no, I did. I did have to take it off because the shaft comes out that way. Yes, so I did have to take this off. So here's the shaft. I know I got 1,000 things on the Gorton. So there's the threads that nut was on. Then there's this gear. And there's a bushing. You got to take the set screw out of the bushing. And then that gear was slid over here, okay? And right on this shaft, actually on, that shaft goes, that shaft, so that bushing and that bushing, so that bushing area goes in this bushing. Does that get, yeah, that gets greased or oiled. And this bushing, it's got an oil feed line from there. So these get lubrication. And they're not in bad shape. No, it's not in bad shape. It's just discolored. But there's no slop in it. So you see there's a set screw hole. You got to loosen that set screw to get it out. So yes, you have to take this whole thing off to drive it out. Or replace the belt. But let me show you what I found. Oh, you got to take this bolt off. At least loosen it. That's where the detents bolt onto. You saw that over there, that coxcomb looking thing. And this bolt, this is for the This is the single dog clutches. There's like forward or reverse, and the other one's behind there. That's your threading clutches. And that bolt goes in here. There's your little pivot. This goes in there, and here's your whole assembly. Boy, that wasn't rusty 15 years ago. Yeah, there's the thing to take all your lead screws off and whatever. Anyhow, see, yes, I did have to take that off. So come over here. Yeah, you had to, I don't think I had to take all this off. Maybe I did. I don't know. So come over here. After I got the carriage on, it looks so beautiful. Now I'm taking the whole shooting match back end of it apart. I'm going to put you on the tripod Ruski. the cheapest tripod on YouTube. Alright, tighten. Good enough. Alright, let's see what we're focused on. See what we're focused on. Focused on. Yeah. Let's do it up here. There you go. Alright, so this is the swinging deal. This was the tensioner. Man. So that was on the shaft, or on the bushing, where the keyed spline shaft, the spline shaft came out, right? And this thing, it's a bit wet now. This had the pulley on it for the belt, right? So I took the nut off. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the thing. I'm trying to get a good shot here, my big fat hands. All right. This is fun, right? You gotta love this. So this is the deal, and there's the two Alamite fittings, Zerk fittings, whatever you want to call it. So this is the input from the belt to the power feed. So the shaft, 9/16 shaft with a 5/32 keyway. It's retained by a 7/16 14 thread nut. Okay, so there's a bushing there, okay, and a bushing there, and that's for the adjustment screw to bind it up for belt adjustment. So how the deal works, see, that's the shaft there is 3/4. The shaft there is 5/8. The pulley shaft is 9/16. So how you get this out of there, let me show you. I'm going to try to, all right, can you see it? You push on this. See, you push this in. See how it's coming out that side? Yeah. All right. Darn it, if I can't show this. So if I push in there, it'll come out there. So let me, I need something. Ow. Here you go. Lead. All right. Lead hammer. So you tap on the small end of the shaft and then the big end comes out, right? So I gotta hold the pulley. So there's your shaft, and there's the woodruff key for the gear. So now let me take the gear out. So the gear is kind of centered by these bushings. So the big bushing is the 3/4 bore, and the smaller bushing is the 5/8 bore. So 3/4 bore, they're stepped, can you see? Coaxially. Bigger, then there's the smaller one, right? So let me set that down. So here's the gear with the 5/8 bore. Here's the shaft. So let me stick it on. There you go. Stick it on. Is this the right way? Yes. So this is how everything works. Now, this 3/4 surface is worn about 5/6 thou. This 5/8 surface is worn about 5/6 thou. and it's scratchy and gnarly and groovy. So one repair technique would be to turn these or grind these down, you know, 10 thou, and rebush it, make new bushings. Well, the thing is, this 750 is like 745. The thing is, let me pop this off, there's that key, right? There's the Woodruff key. And the problem is that key, the height of that key, is at like 748 diameter, 750. I know it's radius, but this has to pass through a bushing. And if I grind 10 thou off of here, or turn or grind 10 thou off of there, I could spin grind it, make it pretty, then the key cannot come through the bushing, because then the bushing, instead of being 750, will be 740. Could I take 10 thou off the bushing and still have it be strong enough? Maybe, yeah, probably. I don't know, probably. Maybe, kinda, yes, possibly. I don't know. I could braze, TIG or whatever, braze these up, or weld them. Be neat if I could get some hard chrome put on there. Or make a new shaft out of that D2 I got, and then harden it, and then maybe possibly convert the needle bearings to, convert the bronze bushings to needle bearings, because then I'd have a hard shaft. Or order a piece of hardened 3/4 through hardened 3/4, like 55C, not Thompson case, but through hard. Hard turn and grind this down to 5/8. I'd have to hard mill this 5/32 keyway. That's a 1/8 Woodruff key seat. Now I could probably use a 3mm end mill to cut a 1/8 keyway, because it's just a scotch smaller, and use a regular key instead of a Woodruff key. I don't know. That D2, I could make it and thread it and everything and do it in the soft condition, and then it's air hardening. So I could, at work we got a heat treat oven. I could go stick it in the heat treat oven, look up the temperature, and then just let it air quench, or blow it with the air hose to quench it. I'm worried about differential cooling with the air hose. Maybe hang it up and put a fan underneath, or maybe just set it. You have to take it out of the oven to quench it. I'll have to read up on air quenching the proper way. I know at work I don't think we care that much about it, and we just hit it with an air hose and it's fine. Or we put it on a steel workbench and let the heat draw out the bottom. I don't know. Save this, build it up with braze, build it up with weld, have it metal sprayed or chrome sprayed. Sure would be nice to have it metal sprayed. And should I convert it to roller bearing, needle bearings? So yeah, I could, let me set this down. There's a bit of meat there. Not too much. I can't put a ball bearing in there, I don't believe. No, because 5/8 would be 1 3/8 inches, and I can't snake 1 3/8 inches in there. I think I'm going to have to go with, I'll see what needles are available. That's pretty thick. I could probably get a needle in that size. that's pretty thin. I might have to bore that for the next bigger needle. All right, I'm going to go to McMaster Car catalog and look for what bearings are available, and maybe I'll go in the house and try to upload this video and see what you guys think. Give me some ideas. But I really want to do that external motor drive for the VFD for the power feed. I think that'd be fun. Oh, if I go back with a new shaft and new bushings, these do not look like oilite bushings. These look like just aluminum bronze or something. Instead of the grease fittings, Alamite fittings, Zerk fittings, these are technically Alamite fittings. One of my subscribers in the comments said Zerk fittings don't have the little bumpy nipple. They got just a straight nipple. And they're like Model T Fords used Zerks. Oscar Ulysses Zerk invented the straight ones. And some other guy at Alamite invented these. So everybody calls these Alamites. I didn't know that. I appreciate the information. I guess I was calling them wrong. But anyhow, let me ponder what my next move is. Oh, yeah. Instead of the grease fittings, Alamite fittings, I could put hoses out the top of that where that little cast iron trap door is, and put a drip lubricator or just a big old oil cup and oil it, you know, every time I use it, I guess. I don't know. But that's the only thing that seems to be wore out on this lathe, is those two bushings. Probably because someone had the belt really tight, probably. Because that's the direction it was worn, is because of belt tension. And I thought just the bushings were worn and I could put my motor drive on it and tension the belt 180 degrees the opposite way, and then the worn part of the bushings, I wouldn't be using them anymore, but the shaft is dorked. It's just dorked. But it sucks I gotta do this, but this is fun. Kind of. I mean, I'm learning more engineering stuff. How to fix stuff, what works, what doesn't, what techniques, technically, the Brown & Sharp 13 is up and running, so I could grind a shaft on the 13, a new shaft. The Pratt & Whitney lathe behind me, the spindle bearings are totally dorked. I could probably cut threads on a piece, and I could probably rough it out, heat treat it, grind it to size, put my keyways in, heat treat it, and grind it to size. Leave it 7th thou over or something. I don't know. Let me clean up, go in the house, get on McMaster Car, upload these videos, and maybe you guys can leave some comments in the comment section. All right, thanks for now. Doozer Shop.